Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I want to share with you some books that I've added to my TBR recently. All right, so these my growing TBR videos are videos in which I share with you books that I have added to my Goodreads TBR recently. These are not book hauls, they are not wrap-ups, anything like that. They're not anticipated releases. These are backlist books that have come to my attention that I don't own yet that I want to read. So yeah, if I remember where I heard about these from, I will of course share that with you, but I may not remember where I heard about quite all of them from, but let's just get into it. I have 8 books to share with you today, and I have added these to my TBR over the course of the last month and a half. So yeah, let's go. All right, the first book that I want to share with you is The Dead Romantics. This is by Ashley Poston, and this is a book that I have seen all over, mostly Bookstagram, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and this is a romance, paranormal romance that is a little ghosty. It is about a ghost writer who has to return home because her father has passed away, and when she is there with family, kind of dealing with some things, she sees a ghost. And that's all I really know. And I know that it's marketed as a romance. And so like I said, the cover looks really cute. The premise sounded really cute. So I figured, especially for probably like October, I would probably check it out. So, all right, that was the first one. The next one that I have here is IONA, IVERSON'S Rules for Commuting by Claire Pooley. This one I believe I heard about from, I'm trying to remember what her Instagram handle is. Hey Caitlin, maybe? I will link her down below if I remember. But this is a person that I follow on Instagram, and I saw that she was reading this. Once again, I am a cover person for sure, and this cover just spoke to me, and then I read the premise of the book and it spoke to me even more. And so this has to do with Iona Iverson, who is a commuter. She commutes into the city every day. She sees the same people every day but never talks to anybody. And so she just kind of knows them as their awkward nicknames. And then one day, one of the people that she sees all the time starts choking on the subway. And someone else that she sees all the time saves him, and they all kind of get to talking. And it's supposed to be a book about community and the people that you see every day but never talk to, sort of scenario. And so yeah, it just sounded really, really interesting. And once again, that cover it got me. So that one got added to the list. All right, the next one here is definitely a backlist book, and it is The Calculating Stars by Mary Robinette Kowal. I saw this one at Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day. She did a book haul recently that I watched, and she hauled this from Book Outlet, and then I went and put it on hold at my library immediately. This is a historical sci-fi. So it's set in the 60s, I believe, and it's very reminiscent of Armageddon, where asteroids are coming to the Earth. And so this group of women, though, get together and they have to explore space, because if the asteroid hits Earth, they need people to go into space to save humanity, something along those lines. It kind of sounds like Hidden Figures, where it's the women scientists in the 60s, but mashed up with Armageddon, and there's asteroids coming to the Earth. I don't know. It sounded amazing. And so yeah, that one had my name all over it. All right, the next one I have is To Stay Alive by Skilla Brown. This one I got, I believe, on a recommendation from our BookTube Besties virtual reading retreat, and I cannot remember who was talking about it now, but I'm pretty sure it came from that. And this is a middle grade book in verse about the Donner Party, which, if you don't know what the Donner Party is, just Oregon Trail plus cannibalism, and it's a true story. So it's pretty, but this one's in verse. It's based off of one of the real people, and so I don't know. One of my kids is very intrigued by the Donner Party, and so I thought I would check this one out. And it sounded good for me, but I also thought I'd check it out for her as well. So we'll see. All right. Next, I have The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. This one has been everywhere and recommended by everybody. And it sounds so good. I want to read it. And so, yeah, it went on the list. This is a dystopian, I guess. I don't think it's YA. I think it's adult. And like everybody in the world gets a box, and in it is a string, and the length of the string is how long you're gonna live. And so it kind of gets into like, are you gonna open the box? Are you not? Like, what are you gonna do with the information? All that. It sounds very interesting. I'm very excited to check that one out. But once again, that one's another one that there's a lot of hype around it, and so we'll see. We'll see, but it still sounded really good. All right, next I have The Extraordinary Deaths of Mrs. Kipp by Sarah Brunsvold. This one I heard about from Ponytails and Paperbacks. She said that, I believe it was her. It was either her or Paperbacks and Ponytails. I can never remember which one's which. Anyway, I will link the right one down below. But I heard about from her, and she said it was her favorite book of the year so far and highly recommended it. And so that one definitely went on the list. This has to do with a reporter who is given the assignment to write the obituary for a 70-year-old lady. And the lady kind of gets to telling her about her life, I believe. And that's really all I know about it. But it sounds like it'd be really good. It has really good reviews, so why the heck not? We're gonna check it out. All right, next I have A History of Wild Places. This is by Shay Earnshaw, and this is another one that I've seen everywhere. It has to do with a cult and a guy who goes to look into things and then disappears, and then a few years later, some people in the cult find his empty vehicle, and they're starting to question things. It's creepy. It's very like, yeah, I don't know, but it sounds really good. It sounds like something I'd be into, so it got added to the list. Once again, maybe an October read. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm very interested in checking this one out, guys. It sounds really good. All right, and then the last one that I have on this list is another one that I got recommended from our virtual reading retreat. This one I know came from Vicky, and she recommended Boy's Life. Vicky's Book Nook, I believe is her channel name now. And so anyway, she recommended Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. And this is one of her favorite books, and it just, I don't know why. I know she's talked about it a lot, but it never like sparked that like interest for me. And then this past time when she was talking about it at the reading retreat, I was like, I gotta read that. It's set in the 1960s in Alabama, and it has to do with this boy who him and his dad see this car like go careening off the road and into a lake, and so his dad dives in to get the person out of the car and finds this like person who was beat up and had like copper wire tied around his neck and like this whole thing, and he was murdered. And then the town just kind of like brushes it under the rug, and him and his dad won't let it go, and so they start investigating things, and it's just kind of about him kind of growing up with this investigation, I believe. I don't know, it sounded really good. She definitely sold it to me, so we're gonna check it out. But anyway, those are the 8 books that I have added to my Goodreads TBR recently. Like I said, don't own these yet, but definitely want to be reading them. And so, yeah, if you have read any of these, if you have thoughts about any of these, if you now want to read any of these, let me know down below in the comment section. Also, let me know some books that you've added to your TBR recently. And that's going to do it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!